Hi.
Hi, everybody.
We're here. And good morning. It's early for those of us who woke up, and it's late for those of us who have been up all night. But how is everyone doing? Let us know what you're going to be working on in the comments. And Claire, would you like to tell us what you will be working on today?
Yes, I'm very excited, actually. I'm going to, for the very first time, start plotting out my sequel. So I'm super excited about that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't even know where to start. I've never written a sequel before, so I have to figure out where to begin with that. And I have so many different ideas jumping around in my head. I need to try to make sense of them. So I'm very excited to do that this morning. What are you going to be working on?
I am going to be starting draft 1 of my project, and I'm
very exciting.
Excited. I can't wait. Like, I did a draft 0 like a year ago, and 50,000 words later, there wasn't a story. And so it was the one that I had to go back and re-outline, and the one that I did for camp. So I'm ready to actually nail down.
That's so exciting. Oh, we're both working on big things this morning.
Yes, I know, right? Good thing we have coffee.
Yeah, I know. I'm very happy.
Oh my gosh. Right? Oh, what did you get?
Oh, I'm very boring. I just got a regular iced coffee with oat milk.
That is not boring. It's got oat milk.
It has oat milk because I'm severely lactose intolerant.
Oh, no. But I love oat milk, though. It's really good.
Oat milk tastes better, I think, in these coffees than almond milk does, in my opinion.
I agree. I always feel like, well, I guess you can't drink regular milk, but I'm like not a big like milk person anyways, but I feel like it's a little too thick and a little too like sweet to be in like coffee and things like that. So I always have to do like the oat milk or almond milk, the non-dairy.
No, I definitely don't miss drinking regular milk. I only miss the ice cream. that really gets to me. Like oat milk ice cream just hits different in a bad way. Like it's not the same.
Well, that's a shame. I know that there are some non-dairy ice creams. I'm trying to think of the one that I eat. It's been a while since I've actually had ice cream.
There's one that's good. I think it's like made out of avocados or something. It's called like Cado ice cream, which is like surprisingly good. I don't think they call it ice cream because they call it like a frozen dessert because it's not technically cream. But
right.
It was good. I was surprised by how good it was.
Ooh. I'm more of like a cookie person. Like I discovered these vegan cookies, and they're like Sweet Lawrence, and they're like, I can't remember what's in them, but they're like totally like non-dairy, like wheat-free or whatever's in like regular cookies. And they're so good, and you don't taste any difference. But those are like my the thing that I eat. My sweet treat. So I guess I can go ahead and greet a few people that are in the comments, and then we can jump into our first sprint.
Yeah, sounds good.
Awesome. So it looks like, is it Kyra or Kara? Let me know, but I see that Kara Jeanette has joined us. Welcome and good morning. And Christy is here. Hello, my friend. It has been a while since I've seen you, so I hope that you are well. I am reading through my draft 0 of Rapunzel retelling. Ooh. Oh, I love that. That's awesome. And Elizabeth is here as well. Hello, hello, and grading midterm papers and stream hopping around to get motivation. Woohoo! We're so glad that you found our stream. And Danica is popping in before she has to go to work. So thank you so much for popping in, Danica. It's so nice to see you. Chrissy is working on a novella. Very cool. Hey, there were camp, and April in general is just a very busy month, I think, for a lot of people. So, we don't quite get there, but it's all right. It's all good. But you're going to get it this month. Yes.
Yeah. No, that one is very good. I'm a big fan.
Oh, yeah. I'm a big fan of the, I can never pronounce the name of it, but I think it's the German one. Haagen-Dazs.
Oh, Haagen-Dazs, yeah.
Yes. I'm like, I can never pronounce it, but I really like that one.
Haagen-Dazs vanilla ice cream is my all-time favorite ice cream. It's so good. Just I don't know what they do with their vanilla ice cream, but it tastes different than all other vanilla ice creams.
Yes,
so good.
I like that one. And then we have like a nitrogen ice cream place like in
Oh wow.
where I live, and it is so cool and it's so good. It tastes so like different than like it's not like so like creamy because like I always feel like ice cream's like super creamy, but it's not like I don't know. It just has like a fresh taste to it.
What is nitrogen ice cream? I've never heard of that before.
Like it's hard. Like I don't really even know like what it is, but I think they still use cream. But I think they use like nitrogen like tanks to like freeze the cream, and they like whip it in like these bowls. It's like so hard to explain because I'm like I don't really know like what they do, but I think that's what they do because like I guess nitrogen is supposed to be really really cold or like freezes things, so
Right.
it like freezes the cream and it is so good.
Oh.
Let's see. And Maddie has popped in. Good morning, Maddie. How are you? Kira. Okay, I'm so sorry. Well, welcome, Kira. And I'm so happy that you are here. And Christy received feedback, on the first query of the book. Oh, that's awesome. And it wasn't a rejection, but it wasn't a yes. That's awesome. Hey, a maybe pile is awesome. If y'all want ice cream.
Frozen custard is awesome. Frozen custard is so good.
I like that too. Said my writing is strong. That's awesome, Christy. Oh my gosh, that's probably like the best compliment ever. I love that. All right, you want to go ahead and start with our first sprint?
Yeah, let's do it.
Awesome. So I have 15 minutes just for a quick warm up, and we can, increase as we go along.
Perfect.
Awesome. So happy sprinting, everyone, and we will see you soon.
It's so good. It just the sound brings me so much joy.
My cat meowed. I think she heard it and was like, what is going on? I love that. Oh, doesn't that just make you happy?
It's so good. I don't know why. It's just like
there's just like a little just happiness. Something about a rooster in the morning.
I know. How did your spring go?
Good. So I pulled all of my notes, so like my journal entries, my some of like my world building notes, character outline, and like my other regular outline. I read through everything. I created the document for draft one.
It's very exciting.
Right? I know. I was just like, oh, it's in the making. And I actually did. I ended up writing not too much because it's like that the first chapter, and you're just like, all right, how do we start this? But I got 46 words after doing all of that. So,
well, I mean, you have to do all of the organizational stuff before you do all of the content production stuff.
Exactly. Like, it takes a while to pull up all these documents.
Well, especially when you do that much prep work. I feel like you're going to have a much better idea of the story once you're writing, though, because you've done all of that stuff.
Oh, for sure. Girl, you have no idea. Like the amount of world building I've done for this story and for this world in general is absolutely bizarre.
Well, world building is really great. I know like there are a ton of readers that just like really, really love specific world building and read books for the world even more than the stories.
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure. And like I love my world. Like there's something just so unique, and just it makes me so happy when I think about this world, and I'm like, I created this. Like it's the best.
That's awesome.
It took me long enough to make it. I mean, it's probably still going to change, but that's fine. And if it changes, it changes for the better.
Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to change, even like when you're writing and stuff, like things come and develop. And I'm pretty sure, was it like the Avatar world, that whole Pandora world, that took like 2 years, I think, for James Cameron to create before he even started writing the screenplay.
Oh, for sure. Oh, I believe it. It is so detailed. Like,
yeah.
It's awesome.
It's really cool.
So how did you do?
Pretty good. I just ended up kind of looking at the document. I have this big, long document of all of these different ideas. And as I was proofreading the first book, every single time, like any little details were dropped in the first book, like, oh, this character has an allergy to this, or like this character likes this, or like there is a line in here about this one very specific thing. I wrote them all down in this document so that these are things that I could maybe bring back in book 2 because I wouldn't remember them if I hadn't written them down. So I went through that document, and I'm just starting to kind of like try to flesh out like what the big main plot is, and then I have to figure out how I want my characters to change over the course of the book, and then I have to figure out how I want the characters to change over the course of the series, because I want to have an idea of like where they're going to end up as people. And then I have to find a way to kind of tie everything together. And I want to make sure that this sequel has a distinct arc, that like it has an inciting incident and it has like one main goal that the characters have to do. So it's not just like a lot of character building before they get to book 3, because I want like the action to stay and like the stakes to stay high. But I don't know. There's a lot of my brain right now. So I'm trying to figure out what the big plot is first, and then work backwards and around that. But I don't know. I've never done this before. So it's like a brain challenge.
That is so cool though. It's so cool to see it like shape too, and then how the pieces that you're going to use from your first book and try to weave them into your second book. Oh, that's going to be so cool.
I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be fun. I also want to see like how fast I can, because I keep listening to all these podcasts and reading all these articles about these like indie authors that publish really, really fast. And I've never written a book very fast. So I don't know like I'm trying to challenge myself to see if I can write this one faster than I could write the other two, because the other two that I wrote really slowly because I'm still trying to learn about the world and like how to build everything. But now that I know the characters in the world, I feel like it might be faster to write the sequel, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just a big question mark over my head right now about
Well, I think you're handling it very well. And I think that you're doing good with, I know you said like you kind of want to do it a little bit quicker. And I think that like you're doing a great job with using the pieces of the first book, and then using the knowledge that you've written, because you've written 2 books, which to me, that's fast. Like you said, that's not fast. And I'm like, oh boy, 25 is creeping up. And I still haven't written book 1. But
no, I mean, I just mean that it took me a long time, like, of actually sitting down to try to put it together. Like, it took me years. Like, I started writing one when I was 15 and it's still not done. Like, I just want to see if I can challenge myself to try to write a whole one and just kind of put it like behind me and then try to make the next one better and then put that one behind me instead of spending 6 years, 7 years agonizing over the same one. But I also like, it's just, I hate stopping editing. Like, I'm just such a perfectionist with the stories that if I have an idea of what could make it better, it's really hard for me not to do that and like just to let the story go. So it's also a self-control thing. I need to work on that.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. I think that I'm really excited for this and for like your whole second book and your first one, because I'm totally gonna get that. I'm super excited. But I think you're right too. I think the biggest part too is like the world building and understanding what's going on in the world. And since you're gonna use the same world in your next book, I feel like it'll definitely help you, so you won't have to spend nearly as much time because you've already done the legwork for the world building.
Yeah, I mean, then we're kind of in similar positions. Like, you know, we're kind of world building, so hopefully we can get these books done.
Right? Hopefully I'm not like 82 by the time I get this book out.
No, you won't be.
One can only hope. I just have to have it out by the time I'm 82. Like, that's the cutoff. If I work on this book for more than 60 years, probably just call it quits.
Yeah, a literary masterpiece.
It better be, right? And Maddie calling Hans. Were you there when we named the timer? That's what we named the
I don't know if I was there, but I know that you guys were definitely using the name last time I was here.
Yes. For those who are new to the stream, Hans is the name of the rooster. I was drinking coffee. Well, I hope you didn't burn yourself. I'm sorry. I probably should have warned, because I do see that there were some new people and I didn't even think about it. I'm so sorry. That is always going to be the timer. It will always be Hans the rooster. Got one graded. Woo! That's awesome. On the 8th for the day. That is awesome. Finished up my lunch and read through one chapter. I made notes. Woo!
Very cool.
You go. When you said Avatar. Oh, okay, I want to say I thought that for like a split second, but I was like, that didn't take. I don't think that took that long for that world.
I should have qualified. That's my bad. I mean, clarified, not qualified. I don't know.
Hey, it's early. You haven't finished your Dunkin' Donuts.
I know. I still have half of this left. I can't be expected to function.
So you're excused.
I'm a writer, guys.
Right? We swear. Oh yeah, Christy wasn't sure either, but I agree. I love both of them. And you know, even though we were all not quite sure at first, we all found our way. We all knew exactly what you were talking about at the end. And it's not the blue people. Oh my gosh, y'all crack me up. I can't remember which one I saw first. I think I saw The Last Airbender first.
I think I saw that one first too, yeah.
Probably just because, I mean, I think in middle school.
Yeah.
I'm with Maddie. Yeah, the movie came later and I always would watch it on TV as well. But I actually have all 3 volumes. They're on my bookshelf.
Oh wow.
So yeah, for the movies. For The Last Airbender, let me oh my gosh, I just said qualify. Let me clarify.
I'm sorry, I'm a bad influence.
Maybe we should sprint.
Yeah.
Did you want to do a 20?
Sure, sounds good.
Oh man, talk about awkward, man. All right, so for those of you that don't know, Hans will be going off in 20 minutes. So just keep that in mind that our rooster will be greeting us again soon. But best of luck, everyone. We'll see you soon. Yay. So how did you do?
Pretty good, I think. I am starting to try to map out all of the different relationship and character arcs. So like trying to figure out where I want my characters to be at the beginning of the book and the end of the book. And then I'm also trying to do that for the series. And then I'm also trying to do their relationships. So how I want their relationships to change. Because I think once I have an idea of where the characters are going to be, I'll be able to piece it into the plot a little more. But I also don't know if I should be doing that the other way around. But I think I really like stories that are very character driven. And I think that like a lot of people read for the characters. So I want to make sure that they're really the driving force of the book. So I'm starting with that. How did yours go?
No, I think that's a really good idea. Like, I love character-driven stories personally. And I always feel like, even like, let's just say you don't have a plot, or like right now, like you're trying to work on that. Like, even if, to me, I can still love a story, even if like the plot may not be there. Not saying that yours isn't going to be there, but I agree. A lot of people really love character-driven stories. So I think like working through it and like with your characters, it'll eventually kind of help with like figuring out what's going to happen.
Yeah, I have like a very broad idea of what I want to have happen in this book, but I don't know how it's going to work because it's like requires a little bit of world building that I haven't gotten to yet in the first book. So I have to figure out whether or not it's possible or how it's going to happen. Because like my villain like wants to do something kind of ambitious. So I want to know whether or not he can actually do it feasibly in the world and how that would work. And then make sure that the characters can do something about it. I don't know. This is all still very hypothetical, but yes. How did your spring go?
Oh, good. I'm still drafting. We'll be drafting for the next 60 years. But I guess I can see how many words. I'm not used to doing like my word counts, so I always forget. But I got 282 that go around. Nice. So I'm liking it. I'm just going to take my time.
Where do you like to write? Do you write in Word or in Docs or Scrivener?
I use Google Docs.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah. I only know Scrivener because they have the little progress tracker thing, which is like my favorite thing to use when I'm drafting because it'll actually like show in the bar, like you can put your word count goal and it'll like have the bar fill up as you get closer to it. So that thing, it's like the only reason that I use Scrivener. Like it's got all those fancy features, but it's just that little progress bar that like just keeps me motivated and focused.
It seems like it's so satisfying. Like
so satisfying. It's so nice.
That is so. I've really wanted to try Scrivener because I've heard really, really good things about it. But I obviously haven't gotten it yet. But I've been interested in getting it. So
I know a lot of people hate it or they really like it. Like I think it just has to kind of click for your brain.
Yeah,
they have a free trial of it, I think.
I think so. Do you have a Mac or do you have a PC?
I have a Mac, but I think they have it for the PC too.
I think so. Yeah. And I think they're like, the last time I looked, but it's been like a long time since I've looked. But I know the last time I looked, I think it's like one update behind on Macs, but it's like the same. Mm-hmm. But like, obviously you get all like the free updates. So like if you have a PC or whatever and you use it now, you can still get the updates. But that was a long time ago. I'm sure it's probably all cut up to speed now.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still trying to use. I'm learning how to use Vellum to format books now, and I know that that's only for Macs. But I think that I'm pretty sure Scrivener has PCs too. I've never used a PC. I've always just been very attached to my Mac.
I know everyone who has like a Mac is like, I love it so much. I can never use anything else.
I know my brother likes using PCs and like he's been building PCs like for gaming and stuff and putting them all together and just like really much says that they run much better than Macs do, but I'm very attached to my Mac.
Yeah, no, totally. And like they last forever too. Well, I've never had one, but like the people I know that have them, they've had them since like the dawn of time. And they're like, it's wonderful. Like it works forever. But I've never owned one. So I don't know from personal experience. But it does look like that Christy had said that to wish us happy writing, but she had to pop out, and maybe she'll be back soon. Kat is here. Yeah, right. Hopefully. And Kat has joined us. Good morning. How are you, my friend? And Maddie's still working away at this journal for Renegade Ritter, and I am running out of page ideas. Oh no. Well, that's not fun. That's always my favorite part. Like in doing my journal, I always love creating like the different little like the page headers for like each section. That's always like my favorite. Listening to Harry Potter sound. Yes. At the crescendo.
I love listening to the Harry Potter soundtrack. It's like my favorite go-to soundtrack to listen to while writing.
Oh my gosh, yes. I love it. And another graded. Woohoo! And Maddie only uses Scrivener for screenplays. Oh. That's cool.
I use Final Draft for screenplays. I haven't tried using Scrivener for screenplays yet.
Oh.
I should probably do that.
I've never. What was it called? Final Draft?
It's called Final Draft. I think it's just like a regular. It's only for screenplays. But I don't know why, if Scrivener does screenplays, I don't know why I got Final Draft, but I do like Final Draft.
And then you learned how to use it, so now it's like, well, oh well.
Oh well.
Okay, Scrivener for Windows, yeah. And it is behind, pretty basic compared to the Mac.
If you're only using it for the progress tracker, you don't need it.
Just for the satisfaction of watching it get filled. I guess you don't need everything else.
Exactly.
That's funny. Yeah, that was one thing I liked about using the NaNoWriMo website, is I liked using it to see like when you would put like word counts in, but like I'm not like I was for a while like addicted to word counts, and I didn't really feel like that was healthy for my stories. So I was like, I just can't use the website because all I'll think about are word counts, and it's not all about word counts.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I don't really keep track of it anymore because I get obsessed. Went for Scrivener because it offered more. Passed on Final Draft. Okay. That's funny.
Like having Scrivener is good because you can actually, like, if you did decide to write a short story, or like you can have all of these different options in the formatting.
Yeah, for sure. That's what's cool. And like that's what I mean, I don't mind Word because like right now I'm just like writing novels and I write short stories. I mean, maybe like if things get closer to like being published, maybe try something else with like better formatting or whatever. But I mean, it's fine for just writing a draft one.
I feel like I move my stories around different word processors all the time. And I have a process where like I like writing first drafts in Word, and then first drafts in Scrivener, and then I'll move to Word, or then I'll like put a chapter in Docs. Like just having the different scenery just helps me be productive for some reason. I'm always shuffling around everything everywhere.
That's cool though, because it's kind of like if you go to different places and to like sit and write, it's like the same thing. You're just changing your screen. But that's actually a pretty cool idea.
Or like change your font. It's like going to a different cafe.
That's cool. That would be cool. Yep. So true. You can have a graph. Maybe that. Maybe not on PC. Oh my gosh. Would be, yeah. So exactly. Yeah. It's not always really good to be obsessed with word counts. I mean, I guess like when we're all doing like nano, because we want to get 50,000 words, but I don't know. It wasn't healthy for me.
I haven't done nano in a couple of years. I think I'm going to do it this year. I'm really excited about it.
You should. I think that would be super fun.
Yeah, I did it freshman year of college and like just really got super into it. I don't know how I did that with all the classes and stuff freshman year, but I just became like obsessed with my nano project. It ended up being like an absolute dumpster fire of a book because I was only focusing on the word count and not on the content. So it's just
That's
so
how
bad.
I feel. I feel like when you're like shooting for like Camp Nano and like a huge word count, like it's like the content's not there. Not that it can't happen, but it just doesn't seem for me. That would be me. I'd be like, oh, I wrote 50,000 words and it's all complete garbage.
That was me. I was listening to a podcast yesterday with this author that was saying like she publishes like a book every 3 weeks, or like she'll write a book in like 12 days or something, and then do like an editing pass. And she's like a USA Today bestseller and like all this stuff. And is one of her. I was just like, if I tried to write a book in 12 days, it would not be a USA Today bestseller.
No.
Like, I don't understand how people can do that. She's got like 4 pen names and like publishes like one a month for each pen name, or one like or twice a month. It's crazy. The schedule is insane. I was in shock. I couldn't believe it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I mean, that is incredible for her. But oh man. I couldn't. There's no way.
Yeah.
What constitutes patience?
See, that's why I was just like, oh, these books would probably be bad if she's writing them in 12 days. But like, they're actually like, she was saying like 90,000 to like 100,000 words of book. I was like, that's so much book.
Oh my gosh. So like, okay, so my question is, did she use the same world and they're just different books within the same world?
I think she does. And also I might be getting the like details wrong of exactly how consistently she publishes, but I know she was like, she's published over 150 books, I think, at this point. So it's like a lot. And she was saying that she has like the same family. So she writes in romance and like she keeps the same family structure. And she'll like have the first book be about like one couple from the family. And then the next book be from the point of view of like the brother in that family. But it stays like within the family and within the town. So she just has to like meet the family and flesh that out. And then she can write about the family for a really long time.
Wow. That's incredible, man.
Yeah, I was very impressed.
Yes, I'm like picking my jaw off the ground because that's insane. That is true dedication right there.
I couldn't do that.
Wow.
I don't think that she does. I think it's just her. She was saying like, oh, I like writing in the car, but I was like, I don't like no amount of justification can explain to me how somebody could do that. I'm just like really not at that point right now.
Right.
But I think, yeah, she does like, she starts planning her next book while she's writing the other one. So she'll like have about a month of world building under her belt before she starts writing the book or something. But she does the world building for the next one as she's writing the other one. So then again, like, I don't know how she has enough time to write a book in 12 days and build a world at the same time. I have no idea how she does it. She's also like a mom. Like, I don't know. It's crazy.
That is bizarre. Yeah. Maddie, you're cracking me up.
I know, actually, though.
Like, that's like the question we all want answered.
Right.
But Maddie was the only one brave enough to ask. No, that's awesome for her. I wish I had that superpower.
I know. It's true. Me too. Would be nice.
Right? Especially to write in the car. Hopefully she's not the driver.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's like some people who dictate their books. I was listening to another one. She also writes a book a month and she just dictates her whole book. I could never do that either.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I just like when I dictate, my brain just like I can't think when I'm speaking very well. Like I wouldn't be able to craft sentences in my head. Like it would just be such a disastrous book. I don't understand how people do that either. There's so many talented people out there. Like I don't. It's amazing to hear about. Can't relate, but I just I don't have those skills. Right. It's motivating to learn about it.
Now, if they could get like a helmet that I could put on my head and then it could like translate what's in here into my computer, like they would be all bestsellers. It's getting it from here, from my fingertips on the screen in cohesive sentences. That's what we're lacking. It makes sense up here. Or like I always get inspiration when I'm like taking a shower. So I'm like, yeah, like I come and I'm like a best-selling author. And then I'm like, oh, let me write down what I was gonna and now it's gone. Okay, well, I tried. That's the worst. Or like when you sleep and you have like a really, really good idea, like all through the night, you're like, I cannot forget this. As soon as I wake up, I have to like write this down. And then you go to write it down, you're like, I forgot what it was.
My issue is that I wake up in the middle of the night and I think it's an amazing idea and I go to write it down and it's like, pet cockroach plays with dog. Like that was my amazing idea.
Children's book.
Doesn't do anything for me.
Well, at least you know what might not work.
Yeah, I had this like really vivid dream, like maybe a month ago, where I had like the ability to like turn into a beaver, and like I was like, this would make an amazing book. I woke up and I was like, turn into beaver. I was like, this would not make an amazing book. This was only fun for me in the dream.
That is so funny.
Ridiculous.
Hey, I would read it. And Miguel has popped in. Yay. Well, we have about an hour left. And I think we're probably going to jump into our next sprint pretty soon. So you popped in right at the perfect moment. So we did a 15 and we did a 20. Did you want to do another 20 or did you want to maybe bump up to like 25 or 22?
You want to do 25? We could do 25.
Okay, perfect. I like 25s because they're like, I love like increments of 5 because it's like the 15 is a good warm up and then the 20 is good to kind of get you going. And then the 25 is like perfect because then you can just throw it all out there.
Totally.
Yep, it's halfway through. Yep, for sure. Awesome. So we've got 25 minutes on the clock. Happy sprinting, everyone, and we will see you very soon. It's the best.
It really is.
And I feel like it gets better with like time. Oh my goodness. How did you do?
Pretty good. Yeah, I just keep plugging away. Now I'm trying to figure out what my entire series arc is. So now I'm trying to figure out what I want like to happen right at the end of the series and just try to flesh out the whole ending, because I have a very vague idea of what I want to have happen, but I want to make everything really concrete so that I know how to pace all of the books leading up to that and know how many books I can potentially not stretch it into, but fill with this plot.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's awesome. It sounds really exciting.
I'm excited about it. It's just it still feels like, you know, when you have an idea and it's still a very vague kind of, it's not in concrete terms yet, and it doesn't really quite feel real, and like there's still so many questions and you don't know whether or not it makes sense or not because it's just still very new, and it's exciting. It's still very new.
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure. And I feel like that's really inspiring too. Like, even though like it's not necessarily a new project because you're in the world and it's the second book in your series, but it's still really fun, like creating like new ideas. And then obviously I'm assuming that there's going to be new characters that you get to explore, and like maybe a different part of the world that you get to see, and things like that you weren't able to reveal in book 1, but now you can kind of reveal them in book 2. So like it seems like it's really exciting.
Yeah, that'll be good. I'm so excited about introducing new characters. I need to figure out, like, I feel like I still have a little bit of legwork to do on like the basic framework first, and then I have to figure out what I would want these new characters to do and how I'd want them to change the core group of characters. But I'm excited about potentially fleshing them out. I have this idea I kind of want, because I have, well, actually, I don't know if I should be talking about this because I don't want to, no. Like I really want to talk about it, but
we can always talk afterwards too.
Yeah. I don't want to like drop any big spoilers for the book. I'm really bad about that, but yeah, I have a couple of things. I'm just excited about it. This kind of stuff makes me really happy and like really jazzed. So
yeah. Oh my gosh, you just said jazzed, and that just made me so happy. Thank you so much for using that word.
How did your writing sprint go?
Good. I did, let me do my word count. I always forget this. But I remember where I was. And it's funny because I remembered where I was because like, so the part I'm at in the story, I'm kind of like listing, like, it's like a list of things, but like some of these characters or things, I guess, don't have names yet. So like I don't have a name for like the queen that's not like really in the story, and I didn't even think about, oh, I need like a queen's name. So I just said like husband of, and then queen in like parentheses, because like, well, we'll come back to that, like we're not wasting time. But I knew that's where I left off because like I had to put queen in the little brackets. But I got 326 that go around, so
nice.
Yeah, I'm kind of like you right now. Like we're at like this really fun, exciting stage where like we're still learning about the world and the characters and just, you know, creating. So it's really fun.
Yeah, the creating part is the best part. Like I've been stuck in this like editing mindset now for a couple of months, just like really working on the nitty gritty of the projects and trying to fix grammar about writing. And I just, my brain hasn't been doing that for a while. So I need to like rewarm it up to doing that.
Yes. Oh, for sure. And I remember when you had told me about when you were editing They Stay, that you were switching like the tense. So I'm sure that was
that was awful. That was so awful. It was like hours and hours and hours of me just like changing it from third person to first person. Oh my God, it was awful.
Bless your sweet soul.
I finished my other book and I was like, you know what? This book might be better told in first person past instead of first person present. And I'm like, nope, I'm not doing that to myself again. It's not happening. So it's going to be in first person present. And I was just like, I had this idea for a first line for the first chapter that I really liked. And I was like, oh, but in order for me to do this first line, the entire book would have to be in first person past. I'm going to find a new first line. I'm not going to put myself through that.
Oh my gosh. No, not twice.
No, definitely not.
Oh man, fun times.
Oh yeah, big fun.
The beauty of being a writer.
I know. Oh God, yeah.
And so the book, this second one that you're working on, this is The Girl Under the Covered Bridge, right? Or is this a different
the sequel? I'm working on the They Stay sequel.
Okay, so they're two different ones.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. The Girl Under the Covered Bridge is a standalone. So that's just I'm gonna query that out, I think, and I'm gonna see if I get interest on that, and if I don't, then I'm gonna self-publish it and I'm gonna share it with people, because I don't want it just to sit on the shelf, because I think like it's an important story to me, and I really like that story, and I worked hard on that story, and I think like other people might like reading that story too. So I don't want it just to sit on my shelf and not have it reach people if it could be a story that they like. So if it doesn't get a lot of interest, then I'm gonna self-publish it, and I'm not gonna like keep it on the shelf and then in 5 years try to rewrite it again, because otherwise I'm gonna be stuck rewriting this book forever. So
For 60 years.
For 60 years. It's already like I've been writing this book since I was 15. I'm just like, I cannot do this anymore. Like, I love these characters, but no, like I need to meet some more people in my head.
In my head, I love that. Not in my life, just in my head. Like,
in my head, yeah.
Room for more. I love that. Oh my gosh. Well, if you ever want someone to read a story, I am happy to read anything.
Oh yeah, I mean, back at you. I love beta reading stuff. So definitely,
Yes.
if you want extra eyes on stuff, send it my way.
Oh yeah, I got you, girl. Not yet. I'm not there yet. 500 words into draft one. Yeah, no one's seeing this bad boy, because I already know that there's stuff that's not right. But we'll get there. And I do see that It's Lovely has joined us, and they joined us, I think, about halfway through the first sprint. So welcome. So happy you are here. And Miguel, see, everybody knows it's Hans. I love it. His greatness with his presence. It's awesome. And 198 words, but second drafting and only on the third page. Ooh, very exciting. Graded another graded and started on number 10. Okay. Ooh. And a barbecue later. Ooh.
Sounds good.
Miguel doing role-playing stuff on Discord. Ooh. That sounds fun. Interesting. Do you still call it beta reading if it's a screenplay?
I have no idea.
Screenplay reading.
I'd still love to read your screenplay.
Yeah, right?
Beta or not. What give you feedback?
Well, Well, okay, so I beta read a play before. But
I'm sure it's beta reading. I think like beta reading just refers to it being like the first kind of, or the second, because isn't alpha readers like first, and then beta readers are like kind of once it's kind of put together and polished-ish, then you send it to beta readers?
I think so, because I know some people use critique partners too, and some people use like critique partners and then like beta readers, but I think they're the same. I mean, I think everybody has like different terminology for it. Yeah. But I know I beta read a play, and like when the author was trying to find beta readers, she presented it as beta reading, and it's probably easier to say like a beta reader, because it's probably like people look, if they're looking to be a beta reader, they're looking for like keywords of beta reading. Like I'm sure if it's called something else for screenplays, it might get confusing.
Yeah, no, that's true.
But that's a good question, Maddie. I mean, I agree with Claire about like what you had said about it. I totally just forgot what you had said, but I agreed with what you had said earlier. Sorry, I've been up since 5 o'clock last night. Like, you just bear with me. Whoa. I work nights, and so now it's like sleepy time, and now I'm like, Claire said something about beta reading, and I was saying it, I was like, I forgot what she said. I'm sorry. No. All right, I'm gonna move on before I embarrass myself anymore. Oh, and it's happening now.
Very cool.
So Devin, oh, Devin is precious. That is so sweet. Oh, well, if anyone sees Devin before me, definitely let them know that I said thank you. And I'm so glad that you found this stream, and everything for Claire is linked down below. So definitely check her out too. She has really great videos about writing and all different wonderful tips and tricks. So definitely check her out. And I'm so glad that you found my channel as well. But we hope to see you back soon. So do you want to go ahead and do our final sprint?
Yeah, let's do it.
Awesome. Do you want to do, well, so we did a 15, a 20, and a 25. Do you want to go down to a 20 or maybe do a 15?
Sure. Or we could do a 22.
Let's do it. Let's end on 22. This is like always so difficult to pick like a time, because I'm like, I never know like what time to pick. Like I used to ask people like what times would they like prefer, but everyone's the same. We're all like, oh, we're fine with whatever. And so it's like, oh, just do something. Yes, for real. So good at keeping up with everything and everyone. Like absolutely precious. Hey, hello, just in time for the final sprint. Woohoo! Awesome. So we've got 22 minutes on the clock. This is going to be our final sprint of the day. So happy writing, and we will see you all very soon. Yay. So how did you do?
Pretty good. I think just like the same as it's been going. Everything's starting to flesh out, like based on. I mean, I have so much more down than I did when we started this. Like, I actually have kind of now an idea of what this book is going to be like, and I'm getting really excited. And I don't know, it's good. I'm happy about it. This has been very productive.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that is awesome. I'm so happy that you're working through things and that this was super beneficial. Like I love that. Yay.
How was yours?
It was really good. I think that this one was my best one. Okay. I forget my word counts. But I got 442 at that go around.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I know. I think I'm about halfway through the first chapter. So I'm satisfied.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I'm like you. I'm like, this was super productive. This was great.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that we did this.
I know, me too. This is really awesome.
For sure. And I see that Charlie had popped in that sprint, as well as Amanda. Hello. And Charlie was productive and ate breakfast.
Nice.
What was breakfast? Sorry, I was looking at this comment. Our timer has an official name. It is Hans. Hans the rooster. Yes, I'm sorry. I should have warned you. It scared everybody at the beginning, and then for the second sprint, I had warned everyone, and I'd forgotten we had a few new people pop in, and I forgot to warn you. But I'm sorry.
You can put it on the live stream banner.
No. Hans the rooster.
Yeah, some frequently asked questions.
It's so funny because I was talking with Maddie. She was in the comments earlier, but I told her, I was like, I should try to create like a background for that screen that has like Hans and like a little rooster. So then like maybe people can correlate like, oh, maybe the sound will be a rooster, or maybe I can put at the bottom like alarm will sound like a rooster.
Oh, yeah. That would be cool.
Be like the little mascot. And breakfast was a bagel. Awesome. Now, did you put cream cheese on this bagel or any other little spread? Because I always have to put something. I can't just eat like a regular bagel. It's always got to have a little something. Sprints were overall productive. Yay!
Yay.
That is awesome.
Yes.
Hans ahead. Maybe that's what I should say. The like a little caution, a little caution sign. That's what. Oh my gosh! Frequently asked. That's really funny. Oh my goodness, that's great. Sorry, I had to do a double take because I saw the icon and at first I thought it was a rooster, but it's not. It's totally a frog, but I had to do a double take. Awesome. Well, that is everything that I have for our sprints today. Claire, do you want to do a little outro before we end the stream?
Sure, yeah. If you guys want to find me on YouTube, I have a channel. I think it will be in the description of this video. It's called Write with Claire Phrase. I make videos every week talking about different things that I learned in my classes and internships and things that really helped me make my writing better. So if you want to go check out those videos, you can. It was very nice meeting all of you guys over the comment section of the video.
Definitely. And I'm Autumn Ashley, an author tuber in our community. I post writing vlogs and host writing sprints at least twice a month. The next one I will be hosting will be on my channel. It'll be on my channel. Sorry, it's going to be on my channel May 27th, which is a Thursday, and it'll be at 3:30 in the evening with the lovely Brie Bonomo. But that is everything that we've got for this stream today. That is great. And we hope that everybody has a great rest of their day. And we will see you all very soon. Bye.
Bye.